Welcome everybody to the podcast. We are episode 24. We are DayZ podcast, all about the coders, owners and players. We talk about the ideas and the updates to demonstrate to the community what the game's like, and of course to the devs about the game we love. We are rolling today on a pretty hectic podcast. We've got some guys from DayZ RP. We have Mr. Warden in the house. We've got a couple of late guests. We're missing Miss Smiley. She's somewhere rolling around. Everyone's launching off with the hype train early off. Appreciate you launching the hype train. What you can see in front of me is part of something I've been working on for quite a while. It's today's skill test. We're going to really test the people out. We're going to see that a little bit later on. Let's go meet our guests down this way. All snuggle-bugged.
We're not allowed to yet.
Yeah, you're not allowed to yet.
All right.
Best behaviour.
That's it. No fighting until the end. As soon as you finish the freshie question, you'll know the freshie question because you'll see Q start to arm up. Once that's done and dusted, you can then lay each other out as best as you can. Just leave the host until he's done his outro.
Right.
Today's guest, we have the boys from DayZ RP. We have Packer Punch, we have Fish, and we have Cargo. From the Twitch stream, we have Mr. Warden. He's going to be talking a little bit about today's Booney podcast that's rolling off. And of course, we have one of our co-hosts, Mr. ADKQ. Welcome everybody to the podcast.
Good morning, good morning.
Hello.
Hello. That's it. We do. We're got a missing MIA Lemons and a missing MIA Smiley. Hopefully they'll track back in and join us for the show. Everyone's having a good day. Everyone's rolling. We'll do some one-on-ones flat out. We'll get on straight on the Warden because these boys have definitely got plenty to say. Mr. Warden, welcome to the podcast. How you going?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
You doing well?
Bit nervous for later, but
Bit nervous for later? Nah, you don't need to be nervous. You'll smash it. No problems at all.
Right, I've never heard someone talk as much as you, Warden, so I think you got it in the bag, mate.
yeah, but I'm talking about someone else, not myself. So you know,
that's it.
It's just that.
He's got to listen. Can you believe that? He's got to listen. So we're going to change yours up a little bit, Mr. Warden. How long have you been streaming for?
Just over a year, and worked it out that I was actually made affiliate in August last year. So I've almost been an affiliate a year.
Nearly got your 12-month badge.
Yep.
And how often a month do you actually stream?
With work, because I work 4 on 4 off, I try to do like three of the days that I'm off, I try to stream. It doesn't always work out that way. And one thing I always say to people is if you're not feeling it, don't stream it. Because it comes across on your stream.
100%.
If you're not into it, and your chat gets that vibe and they don't always stick around, whereas if you're into it, your chat's booming, you're having fun. So I've always said to people, if you're not in the mood, don't bother doing it.
Don't bother doing it. Take the day off, have a relax, and readjust yourself. Yeah. Yes, it definitely can be like that sometimes.
I actually dropped a stream last week that I was supposed to do, that I had planned with someone, and I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. So I played offline with them instead.
Yeah, see, and sometimes that's what you have to do. That's smart thinking, stops burnout. So what is it about DayZ that's interesting to stream?
Well, I was always about the kills, like when I first started streaming, and how many kills I could get in a stream and the PvP side. But lately, last couple of months since I got the capture card, I've been playing a lot more official and getting more interactions with people. Like I did the Red Trail. No, I didn't. I did the Four Corner Challenge on Chinaris, and straight off the bat, Freshie comes running up to me, starts trying to cut me with a knife, and he had a bone knife. Bone knives don't cut. And I had a funny 2-minute fist fight with that guy, and that's just the content side. The interaction side seems to be more appealing at the moment. Having the back and forth with people rather than just killing them and taking their stuff.
And it is, the interactions that you get in DayZ can be the most uniquest experiences that you have. Definitely good to get out there and say hello and turn that mic on sometimes. You never know who you'll meet and what bit eventually you'll go on. Tonight you've got your launch of your Boonie Talk. This is a streamer podcast kicking off. I get the honour of rolling through and being the guest. Would you like to plug your stuff, your Twitch and your Boonie Talk kicking off?
Yeah, so Bruni Talk starts 9 a.m. GMT Sunday morning. So tomorrow morning, it's 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. in Australia. Over on my Twitch, XWardenX. Got some very interesting questions to grill Greedy with. We're not going to beat around the bush. We're going to get deep with Greedy, grill him. Some tough questions for him. Some awkward questions possibly to do with his spotlight side of things.
Nice.
We get to know a bit more about Greedy, how he got his start to where he is now and where he expects to be this time next year or further along in the future. So tune in 9 a.m. GMT tomorrow morning. There
it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's his Twitch link up the top there, so you can jump on and have a look. Mr. Warden, thank you for taking the time to come and visit us for the show.
No problem. Anytime.
I think your other counterpart has arrived. All right.
Morning. Hey.
That's it.
Oh, good afternoon.
Hey, used to. Shut up. Shut up. All right. DayZ RP. Guys, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Today we have Packer Punch, Cargo, and Fish with us. These boys are the owners and admins who run the server. Absolutely looks like a fantastic RP server. I had a little run through and had a suss of your Discord, as I like to do. A little nosy.
Oh, it's good to hear that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is. It's a shame that we copped some difficulties in the Trado yesterday to jump on there, but we're going to rebook in their spotlight and give that a crack.
Some difficulties today, but yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be a regional thing.
Having issues.
Yeah, it seems to be a regional thing. There's a few places that are picking it up. Some people are not.
That's unfortunate.
We'll start individually. We'll start with Fish. So, how long have you been playing? When did you start playing DayZ?
Well, I mean, I took a look and I think I must have got the game back in January of 2021. So, God, a couple of years ago now.
Couple of years battling the coast, and
yeah.
with running your server, obviously the code inside of it, and playing yourself. How many hours a week do you put into the podcast to the server?
In an in-game perspective, like on holidays, I tend to put a good like 10, 15 hours in a week. So on that end, it's pretty good. But just when I'm back at uni and doing work and things like that, it's tends to spread a bit thinner. But you know, still do a lot of work on the Discord side of things, and that's where I'm mainly based at.
And Discord takes quite a lot of time. I think it's probably sometimes half to 3/4 of your time, especially with the RP server.
Yeah.
I suppose you get quite a lot of tickets. Also, keeping that law nice and ready for the next season, thinking ahead of the game.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit of a task, but we manage with the team that we've got.
You definitely got to have a good team behind you to make sure things run smoothly. What was it about DayZ that drew you in?
Oh, God. Did it draw me in?
Sucker? Get you addicted?
Yeah, pretty much. Straight from the rip, I met a good few friends on there, and yeah, we've been playing for quite a while now, and it's just like I started off with RP, and it kind of just hit me as that interaction was everything. Like getting to meet new people, that survival aspect to the entire thing. Like I was always looking for that sort of thing within a game. Being able to survive and make a
Have
life
50
for
other
myself.
people hunt you?
yeah, exactly.
But no,
That happened a few times.
you are definitely right. It is one of those unique games where the mixture between people and survival clash so often that it's a different level altogether.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, we'll move on to Cargo. So, Cargo, when did you start playing DayZ?
Like when quarantine started, like in 2020.
You're a COVID addict?
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. And how many hours do you crack in a week?
A week, like I would say 5 to 13 maybe.
Yep. Just depending
Not
on
as much as anymore.
on the
Yeah.
work and life scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very nice. And what is it about the RP side of DayZ that drew you in?
Like Fish said, survival and like interactions, because like PvP just gets boring after a while. It's just shooting people and looting. But when there's like RP and stuff, it like gives it a reason to kill someone. Like, oh, I need this food to survive, or he betrayed me and gave out my base codes.
Yep. He's got a pretty gun on his back. I got to rob him.
Yeah.
So what is it about DayZ that actually drew you in? That actually, I know the interaction side of it, but what about the game itself?
So when I first saw it, it was like the guns, the customization, like the characters and stuff. It's
Yep.
like a sandbox kind of, and I like those type of games.
Yeah, very, very nice, very nice. Well, we do appreciate you coming on to the show. We're going to move across
Yep.
to Packer Punch. Punch, when did you start playing DayZ?
Fucking hell. About say year and a couple of bits to change a months, I'd say.
Yep. So only just recently got suckered into it.
As for the whole RP side of it, personally, I really didn't join much for RP. I just joined more to just have a bit of a laugh with people and get around with other lots, meet new people and all stuff like that. I never really joined for actual RP, but then eventually through meeting people and through getting to play through other servers and all that, I eventually found a bit of RP that I enjoyed and wasn't too bad.
It's funny how easy it is to get drawn into the RP side of it when you've got RP characters in the server pulling very strong characters, and you can see how much it improves the game by whether it's someone being in behind a shop or someone running a town or somebody even in that military stronghold thug position. I believe it enhances gameplay of DayZ tenfold. So I definitely agree with you there. How many hours do you crank out a week of DayZ?
On general, it's pretty much either just whenever I feel like playing it or whenever I get some spare time, because there's always something to do on this game, isn't there?
Yeah,
That's what I like about it. There's always something to do. So, just, yeah, whenever I can or whenever I need to.
yeah, 100%. Also, especially in an RP server, you tend to have a lot of places to go. There's a lot of people to interact with, so you can just run across to the nearest settlement, pull up, have a conversation like we are for a couple of hours, and then log off and be satisfied. So, what was the draw into DayZ? What got you wanting to download the game and get involved?
I was just out there looking for a game with like a survival aspect to it, because not. Don't get me wrong, PvP is fun and all that, but once you, especially with like COD and that, once you get through like 10 rounds of it, it gets a bit dry. There's not much to do. There's like different changes of scenery and different guns you can shoot people with, but then that's about it. With DayZ, you got to also keep yourself alive, and you got to fight other things than just players. Like there's bears, wolves, all stuff like that. Even full damage and stuff like that. You got to watch out for that, running through the trees and that.
Yeah, 100%. It definitely has so many elements going on sometimes. I think it's the overwhelmingness is what makes it fun. Alright, well, Cargo, do you want to plug your server? Give us a rundown of what it's about?
So, I originally started the server on September 11th, 2022, as just like a chill, laid-back RP server. In the beginning, I didn't really know what I was doing, but we're here now. We had our Discord is pretty huge. We have a decent player base with good lore and custom places across the map that tell a story. Some I've hand built, or some we have borrowed files from other places, like Don. He's a pretty good coder.
Yep.
The Overgrown file. We have quests you can do, and you can rank up. Like, you start off as a rookie, then you do a quest and get some money. You can go to experienced, and like, if the higher rank, you can get a better discount, and people can see you put in the work on the Discord. So there's a PvE aspect to it for sure.
Yeah, very nice. Well, I was definitely looking forward to it. I like your lore descriptions between pre-war, post-war, and outbreak. So it's definitely in depth. Lots of places to go and explore. I think there was like 3 or 4 channels of just POIs. You can just go out. There's a little bit of story behind them, what they're about. It was very in depth. It was very good.
I'd say about 90% of the POIs I have built myself. Put in lots of hours. So
very, very good. All right. Well, thank you guys for taking the time to come out to the podcast today.
of course.
Oh, look at this. We've got a second.
Hello, finally decided to turn up.
What are you talking about?
I
I've
got-
been here the whole time.
Yeah.
It's not literally roll. I'm sit in this chair right now.
Welcome to our co-host Smiley's Got a Gun and ADKQ.
Howdy.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. How's the gamer going?
That's good.
Going alright?
Yeah, I went on a date with Ponzi last night. That's what happened.
Yeah.
We're in RDR.
Yeah.
I went a little stroll around on some Red Dead.
Moseying.
She fed me some stew. She said you can have as much of this stew as you like, and then I blanked out. So, and then here we are.
Oh, one of those ones. Ponzi's magic stew got you again.
Again, exactly. Think of it, the 5th time.
That's it. I heard it's a magic ingredient her other half puts in. Yeah. Yeah, I thought you'd like that. That's it. And Mr. Q, how?
It's a little bit stringy.
It's a bit stringy. And Mr. Q, how's your DayZ or gaming experience going? What are you rolling on these days?
It's been good. Pretty much a bit of everything lately. Still can't stop playing Cops and Robbers as usual. But I was playing a bit of Castle Wars. My God, the RP on Castle Wars is hilarious. I love it.
Castle Wars? What's
For
a death match?
that's the last DayZ. Yeah, the last DayZ Castle Wars. So that's their Knights style deathmatch RP server. It's bloody good for a deathmatch server.
Gotta love that with Last DayZ. He seems to have that themed deathmatch down packed. And the RP in it just
Yeah,
comes
he does.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how natural it comes. It's amazing. I ended up with 3 people locked in a cage as my little peasanty prisoners for about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour. It's glorious.
Oh, lovely.
That's it.
I just want to see him redo the Pirates one, where he actually floods the area around where it's set.
Yeah, that'd be good. Do the Pirates one.
Yeah, I haven't actually been on the Pirates one for quite a long time. I think since he first opened it.
Pirates of Chinaris. It's one of my faves.
Oh wait, is it still up?
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought
not
it
sure
was
if
down for
it's
a
still
while.
up. I
And
think
he's
he
got-
released it.
Yeah, well, he's got the Mafia one.
Yeah, he's got the Mafia one now. We're looking
Yeah,
at
the
that
Mafia one.
coming up soon.
It's the newest one.
Yeah, can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
Gotta get my pinstripe on.
Uh-huh.
Alright, well, welcome guys to the podcast. We'll kick it off. Well, if our stage will... That's it. And then we should be able to... Ah, look at that. Everyone's sitting on coffee tables because lounge chairs don't fucking work.
DayZ moment.
DayZ moment. If you just had a sit command, it would be very nice just to be able to turn around and sit my ass on a lovely fluffy couch. But everyone's on a cold coffee table, and I'm on a slightly different one. Oh, a little lighter at the feet. Ignore that. All right.
Yeah, yours looks a little bit more comfortable than ours. I don't know what's going on there.
I got 2 tablecloths on, rather than no tablecloth.
So I'm going to sit here and get piles on this cold concrete one, and you're going to be okay.
This is it's just the way it is. You've got to have a little bit of luxury on this side, and you guys can just have timber.
But don't forget Q, he's knocking on a bit now, he needs that extra bit.
That's
of cushion,
it.
don't he?
It's that's right.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
medical. It's medical. I'm an old man. All right. We'll crack into the questions. So there's been a big release, especially with Don Sibley and Scale Splitter releasing, showcasing the nature mod and the expansion mod. Will this be the end of old gen? Will old gen not be able to play community due to these mods? Obviously spreading like wildfire across community servers. We'll put it down to Warden. Warden, what do you think?
I think old gen struggles on official, let alone community. I still have my old gen Xbox, which I was testing earlier, and like even a small build that I have on my server couldn't even move. So all these extra mods that's coming in, you've no chance. They're on limited time. I gave it maybe 1-2 more updates, and old gen mines as well. Just uninstall DayZ at that point. I'm afraid. That's the way I see things going. Like the server that we went on your mega stream, King Islebar's one, with
Yeah.
all the heavy mods and the expansion mod on. Noah was literally screaming, "My Xbox is setting on fire." The fire in front of you was basically Noah's Xbox. he kept begging me not to stop, just keep driving, because his Xbox couldn't keep up with it. So, 1, maybe 2 more updates, I can see old gen not even being a thing on DayZ, and just purely they'll be driven away.
Mm.
But the
And-
thing is that there are workarounds to that, though. You know, like if you're cloud gaming, it solves a lot of the issues with old gen. It really does.
But that begs the question: why should people have to use card gaming to play a game that they've already purchased?
Wow. I guess we've got to think that
They should. You
game's been
shouldn't
out
have
for
to.
a long
It,
time.
it also comes to the question of with having to use capture cards now to capture the game chat. Why is console constantly having to figure out workarounds to do stuff to play the game that everyone fucking loves and hates at the same time, but we're constantly having to find fixes to work around things.
Well,
Yeah.
we are at the stage, especially with the capture card. The PC run the same sort of setup as us now, except their capture card is inbuilt and capturing the game directly off their device. So at that stage, we're pretty much even. But yeah, we do have to do a lot more. It's a lot more connections. It's a lot more stuff to get the same quality, 100%. Cargo, what about you guys? Are you guys concerned that your old gen player base may be driven off by the newer mods coming out?
I mean, I'm on old gen at the moment, and playing. So I think what do we have? We have quite a few custom places, and I've no problem with any of it. Trying to run any of it, like my shit runs smooth. But the main things I have problems with is just loading areas with lots of people and like lots of gunfire and things. So it's why I don't play PvP servers.
Yep.
Because if we've got loads of custom places with loads of people and loads of gunfire, it just the game just can't handle it. But
No.
I don't really see the nature overhaul or expansion mods having too big an effect, at least from my end.
Oh yes. Well, watching one of the videos, especially with the expansion mods about scale speeder rolling through, and he was talking about how many places you add the expansion mod in is where you're going to find the difficulty into it, and breaking it up and rotating is probably the way to go. Fish, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, I haven't looked like too closely into all of it, so I can't 100% say much for certain. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like you get like without the power that a PC holds, you're kind of limited to what you can do with like Xbox and modding. Like it's such a like I don't know what to like how to put it, but it's a highly intense game for a console like an Xbox to run, at least with the old gen like specs. So trying to do too much, it's not gonna work. So no matter what you like, you kind of just gotta think it all through. And if the majority of your player base is on old gen, then you can't really add like do much to it.
Yeah, so you have to really go back and assess how your player base works and how it who's actually on your server, who's putting that I suppose large majority of work into your server and keeping it populated.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What's your thoughts on
I
it?
have a follow-up question on that, by the way.
Yeah, go fire it.
So if a server's catering to old gen over new gen, what happens then if you get a mass influx of new gen players coming in and then start complaining? Like, how do you deal with that situation? Of they're probably going to want more modded stuff, whereas obviously you cater more to the old gen. How do you balance that out then if you start getting that influx of player base?
It's a skill issue.
Yeah, but it'll also go
Yeah,
down.
always a skill issue for you.
It'll also go down to if you're catering
better.
for old gen and new gen's going to come in and get a great experience because they're obviously walking into the server knowing what they're getting, and if it's coded to old gen, then the new gen's going to have no problems with it. It's whether, and it happens quite often when the player base tries to push for changes in a server, or something like the expansion comes up, or the nature mod where it'll change the server forever. That's where you're going to get a lot of the pushback. And the epic fight. How long do you reckon old gen has got? I know Warden said probably a next couple of updates. I reckon they've probably got another 12 months to 18.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how much gets added in the updates, yeah, it could be a matter of a few updates or a few months even.
Yeah,
The Lightning, obviously, the next, the next, in quotation mark, generation of the current series of Xboxes, aren't they? They're bringing out the bigger memory S. Going to bring out a bigger, probably X at some point. Series X, so is that going to be too much for them as well?
yep.
The thing is
I
too
wonder-
is the prices of the next gen consoles are dropping quite rapidly too. You know, like you can pick up a second hand
Yeah.
Series S in New Zealand for like $250-300, which is basically the same price as a year ago you would have picked up a Xbox One. So the prices aren't too bad if you're looking to upgrade either.
Well, I know over here the black Series S that's coming out, the 1 TB, is £50 more expensive than the current one. So they're essentially making the 500 GB obsolete.
Yeah, for 50, yeah, they're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
remove it completely. That way they can just have one drive to put in there. They have to order the 2 drives or the SSD cards.
Yeah.
But Xbox did announce, I think it was last month, that they're discontinuing making any more games for the One series, and it's all going to be next gen from now on. So they recently tweeted that
I
out
mean-
about a month ago.
People have got to realise that it's the same when Xbox One came out with the 360 and everyone was still playing GTA 5 and stuff like that, you know. You've got to upgrade your consoles. It's just the way life is, you know. As more modern tech comes out, you need to upgrade more. And it's the same with PC. You know,
Yeah.
the older your GPU gets, you know, the sooner or later you're going to have to replace your GPU to get a better one to keep up the specs of the games that are coming out. I guess
Yeah,
it's
with
just the
everything.
way it is.
Phones, TVs. I mean, that's just way of life, man. You don't have
Yeah.
the TV that you've had for like fucking 50 years anymore, or even a fucking fridge.
Hey,
I've still got You
my
gotta-
wood
you gotta-
veneer tube TV that's weighs 40 tons.
I bet you do.
That's
I bet you
it.
got it in your shed.
That's what I use to stream off.
Jeez, it explains a lot, doesn't it?
I'm curious. Does anyone actually know what the percentage is? I've just tried to Google it. Actually, I can't find it. But I wonder what the percentage is. How many people are on old gen and new gen? The only thing I could find is that since the new gen came out, 21 million have been sold. So with 21 million people out there have the new gen. Don't know how many people are actually running on the old gen still. But I actually read something. I don't know. Who was it? Was it Don Sibley or was it no? Oh, it was someone like that. And they were actually their point of view was that they actually reckoned a lot of it has to do with your internet connection. How actually you're gonna how you're gonna pull on there. Isn't actually that much difference apart from the loading of the games and stuff. But as performance, internet plays the biggest part in it out of all of it.
Isn't that why
Connection
they
and
put out
region.
The new symbol with the new symbols with the connections and stuff to show whether it's your internet or the server.
Yeah, well, that's right.
That is that Bohemian's way of trying to get around that excuse of there is something fundamentally in the game that's causing the issues, and they're just trying to be like, no, it's your connection, sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know what? When you go on those death servers as well, deathmatch servers, it depends on my major thing is just the fucking body cleanup. That's the only time I really notice it.
Yeah,
you know?
when the bodies start
And
to
I'm
lag
on new
out.
gen. Yeah, I'm on new gen, and if you're, in a death match, let's say, you're all holding down PD or whatever, you know how you just get in that position like a king of the hill sort of situation. You got bodies up the stairway, body heads fucking everywhere. If you're an old gen, there's just no way. You're moving out of that body pit, man. There's just no way.
Yeah.
You can even see it like you'll see it flash like little flashes and stuff. I mean, you could have a little bit of a jankiness, but you know, it's it, yeah. I guess it depends on the server as well,
Yeah, well,
and
that
also locations. So
you are
there's all different factors.
you are different. You are definitely right. Region has a big thing to do with it, especially connecting directly to your own region. That's one of the keys. You can always go to the Nitrado app on your Xbox, go to buy a server, hit check my latency, and it'll actually show you what your best servers are and the ping that you'll get.
Mm.
So, yeah, bye bye, old gen, I think. Alright, so I'm going to move on to some of the pain in the ass things that happen with the game. Server trolls can be painful and close servers. What's the best way to handle these people, even if they're your only players? So if you're just starting out in a server and you've got maybe half your player base, it's only a small one, is starting to get a bit toxic, a bit of a trollage, causing some dramas. What's the best way to handle these people? We'll hand it over to the DayZ, Day Zero guys. You had any trolls, or do you have any kick-ups in the server and the Discord that you've had to deal with, and how did you deal with it?
Oh, it's a pretty common occurrence. You get people coming in, thinking that they're above the rules, and that like, obviously everyone's here for a good time, but like people kind of take it a bit far sometimes, which is where we have to implement our rules and processes around rule breaks. So what we do to deal with that sort of thing is we've got a two strike, three strike method, like 3 strike system, like in baseball. 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strikes, you're out. So depending on like the severity of like toxicity and things, like obviously it will depend on the basically depend on what the outcome is. So if like we take zero like tolerance policy on things like racism, homophobia and things, so we tend to get rid of that pretty quick with mutes and even bans if necessary. But it all depends on like the level things are being taken to. I don't know if Rashid has anything else to say about it.
Yeah, so you deal with it a case by case basis. That's sometimes a good method.
Yeah, I mean it very much depends on like the case, because everything can be different within DayZ and Discord. So all circumstances are different. So it's like we can't really have one rule set for each thing. We kind of just got to base it off judgment. But yeah, it's depends on like if it's a repeat offender, or if it's someone that just didn't know the rules and he's apologising and things like. We have to depend on the case. So.
It's a lot of balance work, really.
A lot of balance work.
Yeah.
And do you guys make the decision solely, or do you have do you get together and sort of say, right, this is the particular case, this is what the scenario is, what do you want to do? Or do you guys or do you just go, all right, I'm dealing with this case individually, yep, get out?
We deal with it individually, but like when it comes to especially striking and obviously then eventually banning someone, we will go. Especially if it's not like any of us, if it's like a mod or something, they'll come to us and say, oh, should this be approved or should this not go through? So we go in, have a look at it. We won't usually say anything. We'll go and like oversee it and then be like, and then judge whether it should go through or not. Most of the time it does go through, so they do make good judgments on it. But obviously there'll be some times where they try and up the severity a bit. But it happens now and then, doesn't it?
It's definitely a hard scenario to be especially when there's variance in the rules. You can't make rules for everything. sometimes it comes down to common sense and to see if the person done it by mistake or if it was malicious.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Water? What's your thoughts on it?
Sorry, who are you speaking to?
Warden.
I think Warden's indisposed at the moment. Gone to the little boys'
He's
room.
got a little boy's room.
I'm back. Sorry.
You're good, you're good.
Back, sorry.
You're good, you're good. Was wondering why you're hanging off the edge. You're having a shit, were you? That's it.
That I know is
Did the whole
burning
thing
up.
in?
Get a little
Did
Do you know
warm.
what it was?
Or did it all come out?
Well, why don't you get your nose down there instead?
That's it. She will later.
You know when you're in a hurry?
That's
You're
it.
in a hurry, you go, I'll just do a half snap. Okay, I don't have time for a full one.
Always make time for a full one. So you do some damage.
Always make time for a
Full one,
yeah.
that's it. What about you, Smiley? How do you handle server trolls? I know your Animal Arsenal is a no-rules server.
I know, that thing, right? They're all very nice. I haven't had a troll. I want one.
You want some
I'd
trolls?
like one. I'd like one to come. I'd like someone to come in my Discord and be like, "Whoa, no, you're all suck," and you know, fucking
We already do that
Gonna
to you
do
anyway,
this to
Ty,
you.
so...
to your mum. I do it on my own Discord. I'm gonna do this to your mum. Get out there and kill people. I'm getting a fucking kill feed on this server. Now get out there and kill each other. Stop being nice.
You can just tell Smiley practices in front of the mirror doing this.
So basically,
Yeah,
Smiley
that's
is
the
the
thing.
troll on his server.
Yeah, exactly.
I really am. Go in, destroy stuff and blow
I mean,
shit up.
the biggest troll is Smiley says in her Discord, anyone need anything, let me know, I'll get straight onto it. 3 months later, we're still waiting for that to be implemented.
Yeah, you know what? I see them. They talk about me. They do. They don't think I can see, but I see it when they go, "Oh yeah." She said her famous words are, "I'll get right on that." Yeah. And now I do it on purpose.
That's
They
it.
ask me something, I go, "I'll get right on that."
6 months
I know, I
later.
got a message.
And I drag it out.
I got a message off Grizz. So she's added gas masks but no suits. I'm like, well, you fucked then.
Slight hiccup. No, but it's good. I would say that I have a lot of trust with my peeps, and for some reason, they're not just my friends that I've known that have come in and have trust and respect for the server. These are all new people. We didn't know Grizz and that, right?
No.
There's
Strangers.
all new people on there. Strangers, and yet they just, I don't know, it's the vibe on the server. They just all work together and very nice. And I've never had to ban anyone from the Discord, never had to time out anyone or anything. They're just sweet. So that's the thing. You just tell them no rules and they play nice. You give them rules and they want to break them.
I got raided last week and all they took was a glow plug.
Yeah, they just
took
needed
a glow
a glow
plug from my
plug.
Humvee.
They're like, sorry, didn't mean to knock down that wall. We'll come back. We'll help fix it. We just needed a glow plug. I mean, that's how that fucking server works.
I had crates of grenades, ammo, fucking guns, everything, and all they took was a glow plug. I think they saw the red boonie in the crate and ran away, though, to be fair.
That's
You
it.
still got that one in your pocket,
and-
and you're gonna burn now, Q?
And then shot it.
Oh no, I just hold it as memory, you know. Yeah. I was figuring before that you went for a shit because you're kind of shitting yourself for the end of the podcast. So you might have to face me again, you know.
Oh,
Guy gets 1 kill in 2 years.
That's
never
it.
hear the end of it.
that's it, pretty much. Community servers vary in styles. We'll talk about your favourite style and what makes it different from the other styles. So we'll start with Mr. Q, because Mr. Q is an entrepreneur of servers.
Oh, jeez. I tell you, at the moment, it's been really hard for me to find a decent server. I think that's why I've been pretty much just thrashing out the last DayZ servers.
Just
'Cause they're
jumping
kinda
on
giving me
murder in
that-
time.
Yeah, but I'm also getting that beautiful RP interaction at the same time, you know? I've kind of
Organically.
lost... Yeah, I've lost that motivation to put a lot of investment and time into a server and build a base, and yeah, a lot of it's maybe I don't have as much time anymore because I'm working a lot, so the more instant interactions kind of holding my flame for the game at the moment.
Ooh, that's
Well, they are good servers, though.
yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
We'll move on to Fish. Fish, what about yourself? I know you guys hold an RP server, but is it your favourite style? And what makes it different from other styles? He might be on mute.
Fishy, fishy.
Might be on mute.
Oh,
Can I just
hello.
say,
Hello.
Yeah, I was.
these guys have, like, wickedly beautiful voices, don't they?
Thank you, thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, I noticed
Watch
you
out, you
commented
should
on
make
the,
friends.
You're welcome, sweetie.
I noticed you commented
New
about
friend
the
word,
feet out
yeah.
there, Smiley. I noticed
what?
you comment about the feet out there.
Oh no, I've been looking. I zoomed right in. That was one of the first things I did when I sat down. I've got a pic of that. I got a pic of those sweet feet. Don't you worry, princess.
Screenshot Noah.
Appreciate you too for going shoeless. You did that on purpose.
Alright.
Like I was saying, in terms of like servers, obviously I've played RP servers ever since I started on DayZ, and obviously I'm still here, like helping out and actually involved in the community everywhere I can. So I've always loved RP servers, and I'm pretty sure I always will. So it's just one of them things, like being able to mix interaction and also things like PvP and survival and literally every form of thing you can think about into one place. It's just what really makes like DayZ the pie for me.
Yeah, definitely.
The sweet pie.
I will agree that roleplay does definitely enhance that survival RP experience. I've seen it in many servers. Literally take the normal game and blow it right out of proportion. Our co-host is where I met him in an RP server back in the Oasis days, and he still can't get out of it. It cracks me up.
Yeah, no. It's part of my gameplay now. I just have to, you know. Comes natural.
It just enhances it. It's good. Sir Q. What
We were
about?
just out last
Yeah,
night
go.
when we were getting our RP on, weren't we? before we met up with you, we couldn't help it. Just covered out, picking on Noah and our new friend. What's their name?
Poor little
Flaps.
Noah and Flaps.
Flaps.
Le
The
Flappin.
French mute. What about you, Cargo? Community servers vary in style. What's your favourite, and what makes the different from other styles?
I think he might have stepped out for a minute.
He stepped
So,
out. No, that's all
I'll
right.
have to move on to the next person.
What about
Yeah.
what about Punch?
Favourite style of server? Ooh. To be honest, I don't really have one. I like to traverse through most servers, just see what they're about. I like playing through the ones where they're like where all the gear's boosted the shit of where you can just find anything. You can find M4 laying on the ground. Also like to play on the servers where there's nothing at all, like proper official servers. I like those. RP ones aren't too bad, especially R1. Well, has its moments, but yeah, and then PvP servers are just as good as they get, really, with PvP. Yeah, I'm kind of just a all around, really. I don't really have a specific kind that I like too much.
Yeah, get into the variety of it. You can get a piece of everything from, as you say, get your PvP and death matches, your RP and your RP servers, and if you want to feel the grind or grab an M4 and run amok, you can. Yeah, definitely. Definitely variety is the spice of life, and DayZ has it. What about you, Warden? What's your favourite style, and what makes it different from the others?
I don't really have a favourite these days. I'm kind of doing a little bit of mix of everything. Uh, Trying to keep things fresh rather than it just being, streaming, killing like 100 people one day, just streaming 100 people the next day. Like, I'm trying to mix it up a bit rather than, have PvP session and then have an interaction session, do challenges, stuff like that. I will say one thing I've never really got into is the RP side of things.
Yep.
Too many rules for me. I get it, you have to have the rules in place and to be the full immersion and stuff like that. I struggle with rules.
I think you just you're sort of similar to us. Though you just get into it organically, when the time when you're in that situation,
I say I can't get into RP, but I can do it. Like, there's times when I come into your stream, Greedy or Smileys, and I'm like, right, I'm gonna hunt you, and I'm playing kind of playing a character in your chat as well as in the game of, I'm coming to hunt you, and you give you that added drama. When it comes to actually doing it on a server where it's an actual RP server, it just, my mind just freezes, I freeze, and I just can't do it. Like, it's not organic as well as just put. It feels forced, whereas when I'm doing it through stream and through Discord, stuff like that, I feel like free that I can just do it that way. But actually going onto an RP server, I don't think I can do it.
You clutch up too much pressure. I definitely understand that, because I think a lot of people think RP, it's all about coming in, playing a character, putting on voices, having this massive dialogue or backstory where you can just come in, play yourself, play your own attributes, and just follow the story of the server. And just, you are basically guided along and building your own story as it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like breaking the fourth wall.
breaking the fourth wall, talking.
Yeah, so it's like being in the server, but also being within the Discord and like staring stuff in the Discord or in people's streams. Like, it's not just purely on the server side of things.
Yep, 100%.
You like to terrorize everyone on all platforms.
On all platforms.
Yeah, pretty much.
dig around everywhere. What about?
Well, I mean, to be fair, Mr. Warden, the boonie in itself holds a pretty high relevancy with RP, because there is an RP character. You pretty much do live and play RP quite hardcore without realizing it.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty well.
The persona and the character itself is the actual is all you need to play.
And that was something that came about organically from when I had my server, and everyone just started calling me the Warden because I helped cope in prison for so long. So it's kind of community build of my character is like from the ground up of what it is to what I've developed it into.
Community inspired. What about you, Smiley? What's your favourite style of server, and what makes it different from the others?
Yeah, I must say, I like a good interaction. Although, I do have those nights, like late at night, where I just want to go shoot things, So I'll just jump on a death match, and I won't even, put my mic on. I might jump on an old account, So go incognito, and just fucking shoot everyone, and just get real savage and stuff. But so it depends on your mood. It depends if you've got your period or not, really, doesn't it?
That's it.
Can we all agree on that, mates, or what?
That's it.
But yeah, period days, deathmatch. Non-period days, interaction.
Interaction. So when you want to play with people, that's the time it hits it. But otherwise, you're murdering, taking people out left, right, and centre.
Yeah. I just blood for blood. I say. Blood for blood.
Shit.
Who came?
That's it. No, it'll be the host
I know-
takeover.
I
Host
know-
takeover.
Now we know what
Yeah.
time it is, don't we?
Yeah, it's the.
That's
I
jizz
was-
in your
I was-
eyeballs. That's just some
I was literally
jizz
about
in
to
your
say
eyeballs.
I've known Smiley
There you go.
go out for a love day and it turned into a kill day, or she's gone out for a kill day and turned into a love day.
Yeah, it always happens opposite, doesn't it? Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Alright, like my beautiful
Alright.
cue. Kick it off,
So-
sunshine.
Have a beer before we start.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Welcome back.
Cool, I'm back.
I mean, this week I want to touch on our favourite places in DayZ.
Wait, what do you want to touch
So-
on? Sorry, just roll that back for a
Oh.
second.
I touch on those toes.
Could at least take the wellies off, Smiley.
That's it. Don't get her excited, Q. Don't get her excited.
That happens.
It's
happens on
alright.
the podcast.
She's going to get overexcited in about 2-3 minutes anyway, so it's alright.
Yeah, you should feel these nipples. They're already there.
Oh yeah, cutting glass.
That's just from the date earlier with Claire, isn't it?
Yeah. No, well, our favourite places in DayZ. So, what's your favourite, either to build or just visit or hang around? You know, like mine has been and always will be Green Mountain. Maybe because it's one of the places where I first had a base and kind of became the only place I ever really base up. The Warden, Mr. Warden, where's your favourite place to visit and or live?
It's kind of a sore place right now. It has been since I got raided by Cobra Prison. I held the base there solo for 18 months unraided. I killed thousands of people probably in that time. And once it got raided, I struggled to go back to it. I keep telling people that one day I'll rebuild it, but trying to come back to it, it's just too painful right now. Like to keep like to try and replicate that streak again, it's just I don't have the time anymore either. It was back when COVID was on, I wasn't working, so I had all the time in the world to defend it. And then if I rebuild it now, it's gonna have to be on a no raid server probably.
Week,
I don't have the time
weekend
to defend
raids
it.
only.
Yeah, it's a bit sweet. Like whenever I'm on Livonia and I go past, I always do the heart emoji and put the Cobra in the middle of the heart and then carry on walking.
Aw.
That'll always be home. It's what me and Greedy
We've all
first
written
met.
that down. We've all written that down, right?
That's it.
Alright.
Kill him at Copa.
You're protected
Kill him
in
at
the
Copa.
Our P-boys, what's your
Oh,
favourite place?
Punch, do you wanna start us off, mate?
Yeah,
Right to left.
Yeah.
yeah, go on. One of my favourite places is actually, it's probably one of the most uncommon ones, but it's like, the little apartments just in and about of like all the big cities like Cherno, Electro, just the housing estates. I like to base in a couple of those and just, I mean, it's discreet, no one really ever goes and looks for them unless they're just on a general loot run. Quite easy to defend from. You can throw quite a lot of storage in there, especially if you know how to stack storage well. Yeah, they're just nice little bases to be in and out and around.
Alright, well, Cargo, do you wanna?
Can you guys hear me?
I was waiting for his input.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
can hear you,
my
man.
Favorite place? Probably Ybor. I've just had so many things there. Like, been there too many times.
Almost been killed by me.
Yeah. Vibe was a nice place to be fair. But I think
To be
I've got
fair.
a place that yeah, I've got a place that got it like first ever server I was on, around with a group of God, they were like mercenaries or something, but we were based all the way up very north, top left hand corner of the map. I'm gonna give it a go, but it's near like Lake Globoko Yeo Zero. I don't know if many people know about that area, but there's a
know that
compound
place,
all the way up
Fucking
there.
butchered that.
yeah, I feel like I did butcher it, but no, there's like a lake all the way up north of the compound, and it's just above Tissy. And had a little faction running there. Shout out to Apollyon, my first ever faction leader. Yeah, it was a nice place. Definitely will build there again if it wasn't so far away.
That's
Run back from
the
the
power of
coast,
coding.
It'd be horrendous.
So just fix yourself up a nice little base up there and done and dusted.
That's actually a great question, Q, because now we just know where all of them base up, and I like your intel that you got there.
Yeah. We'll be spending a while finding where our base.
I like how you slipped that in very casually. Just happen to tell me about where your base location is, why don't you?
Everyone in the Twitch chat right now mettering to find out where the admin base is.
I can hear the mags clicking in and the
I can
That's
already
it.
see the tickets coming in.
That's it. DayZ 0 RP people. That's called metagaming. Metagaming. You can't use it. You know nothing.
Just cue the montage of gearing up and everything. And everyone walks into the armory.
Epic battle scene in shoes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Alright.
Alright,
My
man.
turn.
Let's hand it over to
Yeah.
your beautifully
Well,
lovely
here's
questions,
the
everybody.
thing, here's the thing. Like, I have a little notepad here that I think of things during the week or whatever. I just sketch it down, and I usually write a couple of words, and it triggers my question. All right. So,
Get up
tell you
there.
what.
Get up.
I'll tell you what. Get up here. I'll tell you what, boys. With the sweet voices, I'll give you some choice. You can either choose push hemorrhoids or wank dog. What question would you like?
Oh god.
Fuck.
And DayZ, by the way.
That's it.
Oh,
Shit.
Do you want to go rock, paper, scissors, jab it? If it's me, it's wank dog.
I was gonna do whack dog.
I love his honesty.
Oh.
Wait, what was
you
his
get?
choice? It wasn't wank, not wank dog.
No,
the
it's
other
not.
one.
Not wank dog.
Yeah, pushing hemorrhoids.
Okay. Hemorrhoids.
Take
Push
both,
it, yeah,
lads.
that's nice.
Ponce had a little discussion
Right,
with Ponce,
so- This is something me and Podsy played around with last night. Had a little issue. Allegedly, if you have hemorrhoids, one of the things, obviously, you get some cream. When you go to the pharmacy, they say, look, clean your finger, put some of this hemorrhoid cream on the end, rub it round on the hemorrhoid, but as you do that, slip the finger in, push those hemorrhoids back in. So, my question is, which one of you or buddies would you trust bend over and assist you in pushing your hemorrhoids in?
Definitely not this guy.
It'd be a bit rough, or he's got thick fingers.
I'm just thinking both of them. This guy is Jim. He's got calluses all over his hands. This guy works
Nah,
with
he's got
trucks.
soft
He's got
hands,
fucking
bro.
oil all over his hands. Either way, I'm gonna
He's
be
alright.
affected. What the fuck?
If he's got oil all over his hands, he's already pre-lubed for you.
Yeah, that's true actually.
I mean,
Just slip
Yeah,
right
but
in there. That finger's just going to slide in.
so what, is it whoever out of these two?
No, anyone.
No,
You can
anyone.
you can name anyone. Anyone in your
anyone.
faction, any of your staff. Have you got an intern of the
Ceramore.
In the staff.
yeah?
Ooh.
You got an intern that's just started who has to initiate himself with a.
No, can't do that to the new boys. We can't
Jim
do that to
Milton.
them. No, not having Jim Milton touch me, not with a fucking 20-foot pole.
And remember, you got to look at each other in the eyes afterwards.
Oh.
Like you're squatting down, he slipped in, and then you got to stand up and go, thank you.
Out the staff team, I reckon it'd probably be Castamere. I reckon
Oh,
he'd
Lord.
do a good job.
He'd
I
enjoy
reckon
it
we
too
get,
much.
I'd reckon I'd get a firm handshake out of him, just not.
Oh,
Thing is, I
jeez.
know he's not watching the stream, but I know some of our staff are, and they'll fucking tell him that.
Clip it.
That's it, be on YouTube Shorts.
Oh, mate.
Oh, God.
We're done.
Go on then, sir. What you got, mate?
Who do you want shoving the things up your ass?
Pretty well, in a nutshell. I mean, I dressed it up for you, but yeah,
That's it.
pretty well the question.
Struggling to hear you, bud.
He's a bit stunned to speak, he is.
Yeah, I think he's, God, taking it all
I
in.
think that just means anyone then.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, everyone,
Yeah.
all at once.
Alright. Everyone all at once.
thanks for interpreting that little Dave. Appreciate you.
Oh, jab me, mate.
He's
I know.
Yes.
He's had a mic go out. You probably have to take your mic symbol off, unplug and replug in.
Yeah, you have to do all them little fixes.
Little
to fix
tricks.
it.
That's it. Party chat.
Oh, did you say your one? I missed that.
No, I haven't said yet. I said everyone I don't want to be doing shoving their things up my ass, but if I had to choose out of our staff team, you know, the person that least engages within the chats, I'm gonna have to go with Connor.
Connor
Burns.
That's it. Connor Burns. Get your warm hands ready, bud.
One of the
Yeah.
old
Trial that's been trial mod for
old-fashioned
about 4
leaders.
years.
Yeah, you know, puts in that
Get
good,
those nails
good
trimmed.
work. Yeah, no,
Or not.
he holds a special place in my heart for having a lead of my faction.
You can't do that to him. He's got
Oh
a missus.
man. That's beautiful.
Does he?
Doesn't matter what happens in the staff room.
Oh lord.
It's just helping friends
Yeah.
anyway.
Hey, we're
What-
talking in talking in the world of
Yeah.
DayZ. Does he have a missus in DayZ? I don't think so. Or does he?
That's
I
it.
imagine so.
I'm his missus, Daisy.
What?
That's right. You tell him.
That's it. He's mine.
Come here, baby.
Yeah.
Claimed, handcuffed.
And this
not
one.
leaving.
This one here. This one be interesting. And it can't be Ponce.
That's it.
Just saying.
Oh, I've got a better answer.
Yeah.
I've got a better answer. I've got a better answer.
Uh-huh.
Either of these two fuckers, so when they're down there, I can squeeze a fucking fart out and make them eat the fucker.
That's not very nice, is it, Q?
You know
Nah.
what? You know what's funny?
It was out of
I think
love.
it should be both of us, a finger each.
I reckon. We're gonna, you know what? Pull that apart. We're gonna spread that finger in there. We're gonna break you. We'll break you. You're gonna like it. Yeah.
Just for a bit of fun. What was Wank Dog?
Oh, can I? Do I have time for another question?
Yeah, you have to fire. You have to fire. There we go. We got him back.
Just purely for him, I'd say yeah.
That's
Just purely
it.
for him, I'd say yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. If you got, we'll do it really quick. First thing that comes to your mind, though. Okay. All right. So I was watching a podcast, and there's this chick, and she said that when she was, this is actually DayZ related, by the way. She said when she was younger, when she was a kid, and lived in the Philippines, she used to like to go around and wank off the local dogs. I don't know, it was a pastime of her.
What?
So that's wank dog.
Fuck.
So which
Jeez.
animal in DayZ would you wank off?
DayZ. God, I
I'm
feel
not
like a
into
hare's
that.
pretty cute.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. What's
Little furry puffballs. What's not for that?
I'll probably fucking balls to the wall and go with like a bear or something.
That's it. You got to put some fucking.
Yeah.
Got to get some
That's
skill
what I'm
to
talking
it.
about. And,
Yeah, I'd agree with the bear, because at least then afterwards it'll fucking bore you to death and you don't have to think about what you've
I was
done.
gonna say that's a one-way trip to get your dick chopped off.
No, mate, not if you run like
Depends
fuck.
on your technique. If it enjoys it, it might just fucking keep bullying you. And let those
That's it, make yourself a friend.
over.
next minute, you're in that cave for life.
That's it.
Do we still have no mic here?
No, his cargo's here.
Oh, okay.
I'm not into that, so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say no.
There, it's not a... That's it.
I mean, I don't know why.
That's
Everyone
it.
else seems keen. All right, you Nate.
I'd say bear as well. To be
He wants a challenge.
I thought for sure you were going to say chicken. Why does everyone say
No,
chicken?
culture.
What's wrong with the chickens? Have you got anything to
'cause
wank on a chicken?
No.
No, they've got what they call
That's all
a
it-
cloaca.
Oh, that's it. They're internal.
Ah, so it's back to the finger then, is it?
Yep.
Yeah,
For
back
them.
to the finger.
Anywho,
Oh.
there's my questions for today, boss.
All right. Well, let's get this skill test underway. So, I get bagged on quite a lot about driving and my absolutely expert skills of driving. So, I decided to make a driving school test. So, follow me out here.
in my car with me.
This is bad because I've actually got my fucking actual driving test in about a week.
Well, this is like after doing this, you'll pass.
I'll take the little black one.
That's it.
That's what she
Hi,
said.
Liz.
And any of my co-hosts could join in.
Let me make it faster.
Just hold up, Mr. Waters. It's actually everyone's going to go at once. So I need you to line
Do you
up.
want me to stay with you, boss, or
Hey,
you're
you-
going
uh,
to be
Rick
with
the
you?
blow. Why is it smoking already?
Because
There's no water in.
there's no water in
I'm
it.
not gonna do this shit you're coming to.
But you'll probably
Weight reduction. Don't take off.
you can get all the way through without
spoiler.
all the way through without having any water in it.
Oh, you have to go through the water in.
Yeah.
Oh,
practice.
I used to roll them together. Oh God! All right,
Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
all right. Let me get a gun so
I
you
got a
know
whole
when to
bag.
go.
Like Summer and Louise style. Oh, go in shout
Alright,
mode, everyone. by the
That's
way.
it. That's it. Go in shout mode. I need a gun.
Here we go.
Yeah, shout mode.
Grenade will do. All
I'm gonna
right.
be drifting this
Wait,
out.
wait till I get my, wait till I get my little spot, way up the top there, and once you hear the explosion, it's first one to finish, which is that little pedestal off the jump up the top.
Alright.
Alright.
All right, so a while ago
Wait, Rashid, you're getting bumped.
I wanted to make a Takeshi's Castle style map. This is one of the elements to it. This is a driving course. This is where people have to finish. It's first one to finish here. We've got the highest seat in the house. I know a lot of them try to go for speed. The ADA is probably the best car to go for at the moment. Right. Let's let our people go. And let the chaos begin. So first of all, they go up a ramp. Oh, there's one gone already. Shit. Water with a false start, 100%. Trip picked it. And of course, we're going to open the server up, so if you want to go and try this at the end, you're more than welcome to. It'll be opened up, the cars recycle themselves. We don't know who's in first spot. That's where things get tricky over here. Oh, you really just got to balls to the wallet. Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, oh the 80. He's up. He's up.
Hell.
That's it.
What are you doing?
He's gonna fucking try and shoot. He's trying to fucking shoot you. Oh, fuck. Oh. Yes, this is secretly the DayZ car endurance test. Back on his wheels. You can jump in and grab as many cars as you want. You've probably got about 4 minutes left. And of course down the bottom here underneath me is where all the cars spawn. Olga's probably a car of choice. The 4x4 or... They look like they're destroying the cars. And if anyone tries to cheat, they actually can't free test subjects. Pretty much. Looks like so far, this white ADA is the winner so far. And you'll need a car to get across. You can't do it without a car. That's the way we made it. So, being a Takeshi's Castle style, you need the actual car to get through the whole test. We've got about 2 minutes to go. But so far, the winner is the white ADA. Starting the trials, pretty much. Killing each other. Hey, the death match is afterwards. Yep. You need the car.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you need the car. You can't finish it without the car.
What's that?
You need the car.
Wait.
Nope. They up. Don't worry, we foolproofed it. Yep, you'll need a car.
But what now?
You need to go get another.
Up there?
No, you need to go all the
It's up the top.
You gotta jump that gap with the car. So our leader is currently this car here.
You gonna win?
No, because you've got to take the car off there and launch it onto that platform below you.
Fucking joking.
No. We don't muck around here, it's all skill. It's alright, we've got 20 seconds to go.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
That's it. You just launch into the water. Oh. Last trials. Well, it's a little disappointing. People get all the way through. How far do you think you guys reckon get through? You reckon get all the way through the challenge? Cross the pipe? Through the guts of it and launch? Alright.
Yep.
I had to wrangle all
Yeah.
the stray cats in. You guys can go play later on.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay, that goes to show how good it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you want to stop
If you're
playing?
going by technicality, I won. My
Yeah,
white got the first.
Is that the white
No, you
ADA?
didn't.
White ADA.
Yeah,
Yep.
the white 4x4, that's me.
That's it. So there we go. There's our winner today. A little disappointed no one got anywhere close to the end. A lot of people took the...
Stab me
I
on
got to
the
the
side.
end. I would have, but your co-hosts had other ideas. They kept shooting me as I was driving past them.
There's a little...
No.
No, yeah. Yes. That's all on film.
He gave us
can't believe
side
Gabby
eye.
fucked it
He
in the
gave us
first
side
turn.
eye. He was
Um,
asking for it.
Alright, so we're going to get into community service, discords, and coding. Nitrado is our only provider for community service. Is there any tricks to keeping the cost down? Without deterring players with a low slot count.
So, like, if you're starting up a server, I'd recommend doing like 20 or 32, preferably 32. Once that 32 like starts getting full and there's like queues, bump it up to a 50. Like maybe open up a donations thing to help run the server.
Yep, it does get quite expensive once
That's
you get up
my
to that
advice.
50 mark. Yep.
I would not say go past 50 because like performance goes down and yeah.
No, it's definitely good advice, especially running large, quite a lot of mods around the place, as we said before. Mods, players, connectivity, and now you add in a lot more players in the scenario. That's where you start getting issues. Anyone else have any tricks for keeping costs down?
For yourself.
Hey? Or yourself.
That too.
Someone else
Daddy.
host the server. Don't be a server owner.
That'd be a server owner. Occasionally,
I got one.
I find in Easter time and around Christmas time, they do a lot of specials where they'll drop it down by 20%. It's a good time to stock up on server time then.
All the DayZ boys will know about this one. When I mention a certain man, apparently we should spend less money on what was it again, boys? It was spending less money on shit like coke,
Nitro.
fucking- yeah, coke, nitro, all different stuff like that.
Oh god, not that.
Yeah. Apparently we should spend money away from things like those, even though we never bought those. Nitro was donated
Did you
to us,
say
and as
cocaine?
far as I know. Yeah, we've had a few allegations made against us that we used our own money from our server to buy some
Oh my god.
booger sugar.
Some booger sugar. Well, you
That's
know,
Personally, I'd-
there's those late
I'd-
nights of
Punch.
coding.
Still
Yeah,
waiting
exactly. I
on Cargo
can't-
to
I
slide me
still
that
can't see
tenner
the
for a
problem.
pack.
I would have turned around again. Yes. So.
Straight up. Just be honest with them, mate.
You want me to stay up for you say you want me to stay up for the next 48 hours and code this server? You damn straight I'm going to get some nice sugar.
That's it.
I'm just still waiting for Smiley to catch up with them.
That's it.
I missed that. You sound like you were far away in a tunnel.
It was a little bit fun. He said it was, and you still be waiting for your mods to be put on. You just be sitting there twitching in the corner.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, fuckface. You're right.
100%. 100%. Next update, you'll get this update shit.
I think we still. Ain't Smiley server still on like 1.16 or something like that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Columbia marching powder.
The OG. If you want to play the OG DayZ, come over to my server.
That's it. 0.64.
Yeah.
Still in preview.
The only thing that sports in it is a Glock.
Is a
And you
Glock.
can only craft a fireplace. That's it.
So, a lot of people don't know the extent of how much work goes into a server. How did your current server go from a fresh install to what it is now? So, who coded it, or where did you get your builds from?
This is towards me, right?
Anyone could jump in, but yeah, jump in.
So, server first started with me and a couple other people I've known. Then, Coder was someone I knew for a bit. They did, coding on some big PC servers, so they helped start it up, and from there we had a couple different coders. Most went because, not gonna lie, they didn't like it, or I caught them spawning M4s and took them out.
Yep.
Ah. Are they like doing a dodgy, spawning in like little kits for themselves?
Little
Yeah,
care
they'd
packages.
spawn it in a bush or like a shed when like the server's supposed to be like survival and hard to find, and next thing you know, they're all over the place, and it kind of got irritating.
Oh, fuck.
Making sure that doesn't
Ooh.
happen.
That's a dog move. That's a dog wank move, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't see the advantage in it either.
Nah,
Yeah,
point. Just go play another server that has M4s in it. For fuck's sake.
that's it.
Yeah, that's what I've never got about people that do things like that on either hardcore survival or RP servers, and they go in there and think that, you know, they could break rules and stuff like that. When it's like, why not just go play a different style server? You know, why come onto a
Yeah.
really well built server just to fucking cause shit on it? Or just because you
Yeah.
want to play it in the way you want to play it. Like, go away and play another server. Instead of ruin it for everybody else.
Thing is, the people that usually do that shit as well are usually the trash players that can't play the game anyway. You literally put them on a coast, on an official, and they can't get off the coast without a buddy bringing a duplicate to them, stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I definitely
Oh,
agree.
Right.
Everyone complains about dupers on official, and I'm like, why? It's free loot, because they're fucking terrible at gunfight. You can literally punch them to death as a freshie, because they're terrible.
But also, I think there is a player base that actually goes out of their way to see how much trouble they can get into on a server, and see if they can get banned, or see if they can cause drama. And I think that's why a lot of the in-depth servers and the ones like the RP servers have these applications in front of them, because it's not about the application, it's not about what the information's on there, it's about deterring someone who doesn't want to take that time to go through all the bullshit, to get onto the server, to be on there for 5 minutes, to wreck it for everybody to get off, to be banned off. So, yeah, I do think there is a core of people who go out of their way to cause dramas.
I hate having to whitelist on server. That deters me.
As soon as you whitelisting?
Yeah, as soon as you go on a server, and the first thing you have to do is like put your gamer tag on the whitelist, or you have to, if you play the server for X amount of time, you have to put your gamer tag in, otherwise they'll ban you instantly. I'm just like, how bad have you guys been trolled in the past to have to do that?
Yes,
I get why
that's
people
usually
do
the
RP
case.
servers and
Ruin it for the
stuff,
many.
but
That's usually the case. Or it's also, I think it's now in part of the format. And I'll pass it over to the DayZ boys. What put you guys into having your application, your whitelist, the process that you have at the start of joining your server? Did you have that from the very start, because that's the stereotypic role play? Or the guideline?
I mean, it's just to keep out the trolls and like make sure people want to be here, not just to like troll around and like they know the rules, like the basics, and then they can enjoy all they want.
Yeah. So there you go. It's a guaranteed
what is
formula
your
that
process
deters.
what is your process? Why is my freaking not working?
Yeah, you're good. What is your process of
Like, you mean-
application?
Right. What is your process to get on your server, like application wise?
So first you join Discord, right? Then go to whitelist application, do an application with the bot called Appy, right? Then there's questions, you read the rules and like the lore, and you answer along with it while like reading, Then once that's done, put your gamer tag in whitelist, character creation, you're good to go.
How long would you say, all up, that would take you? Like the average
If
person,
you're,
once
like-
they've read rules.
If you know how to read,
application.
I would say about like depending if admins are online, right? I'd say about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's alright.
it took me about
Don't rule you out
about
entirely.
5 or 10 minutes to go through the 2 or 3 channels of just the basic rules and the building rules and things like that, and
Yeah.
probably about 5 minutes to do the appy thing. I think it was 18 questions, but it was 18 questions including, you know, your GT, what your story's about, a little bit of knowledge on do you know what the basics are, like KOS, metagaming, things that as an
Yeah.
RP player, I liked your application. It wasn't, you know, what is the, you know, the application when you have to eat pears. You know, it wasn't like this high depth detail. But fear factor, I'd never heard that term. Whereas
Oh, explain that. What do you mean?
well, I'll get these boys to
Rashid, you want to explain it?
yeah, I'll get these boys
Admin
to
Rashid.
Explain what,
Make
sorry?
Bunch explain it.
fear factor.
What fear
Fear
factor is?
factor.
They're kind of confused.
Oh. Fear factor is basically mainly maybe it goes into a robbery situation of where, say, if you're in a robbery and 3 guys pull up and they go, and they all stick their guns up and they go, get on the ground, they start giving you orders. Fear factor basically applies to if you're outnumbered or outgunned, then you must submit to the overwhelming force. So obviously if they come up to you and there's 3 guys and there's one of you, you're not gonna John Wick it and kill them all with your Colt 1911 that you got stashed in your pocket. You're obviously just gonna give up and then get back moving and obviously try and take them on at a later date.
So
Basically, just having
valuing
value of
your
your
life.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like their way of putting it. That's actually quite a good way to put it.
And that's what I really
Yeah.
liked about it, looking through the rules and the explanation of how to actually get onto the server. That was a very good terminology, fear factor. I'd never seen it or heard it put like that, but yeah, it's about once you're at the
Yeah, we
point
have
where
a-
you go fuck, then you apply to fuck, not I'm John Wick.
Yeah. Then we also have a channel called Definitions. It sorts out all the definitions and what that means. So like if you're confused, you just look there and the answers shall be there.
Yep, that's what some of the keys. Plenty of information. Yeah, Walter.
So with the fear factor thing, are they what say the group was that's robbing? Are they under an obligation to let you live after that, or because they might just turn around and kill you?
They have to have a
anyway?
reason to do so. Like if you say, yeah,
Right.
fuck you guys are assholes. Like that gives them a reason. But if you're complying and just chilling, like why would you get shot? You know, there has to be a reason.
Yeah, but it also works in the reverse of if you pulled the gun and got shot and then complained, that the admins then
Yeah,
say,
you
well,
can't really
why didn't you
complain.
why didn't you use fear factor?
Yeah.
And how would you prove that one way or the other without the game chat involved? That's
Well, it's
you
RP,
saying
so you
that
need
they
the
game
game
need
chat.
and they
chat.
broke the
Tickets.
rules. Sorry, I'm just very
No, that's
finicky with stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
do you?
obviously it depends. I'll say this one. So basically it depends on obviously the scenario. Like we tend to trust our community members quite a lot. So obviously when they come to us with an issue, we expect them to be honest, and in doing so we get obviously character witnesses. Like say there was 3 people robbing one guy, and they were like, oh yeah, he was being disrespectful to us or whatever. So we took care of him. Obviously we try and get all the evidence we can in a ticket so that nothing's ever like outweighed. So if you've got even the smallest detail like a Discord DM or a radio screenshot or whatever, then we take that into account as well. And obviously we ask everyone to clip all interactions, even if they're hostile or not, just so there's evidence. Like we discuss it and we go through it and come out with the best result for everyone.
Can I ask a question though, real quick? What if someone actually does come in as on their application says I'm John Wick? What then? Can they?
You can't
Uh,
base
Yeah,
your
helpful at that.
characters off media. You have to be original.
Yeah,
But even if you ran that style,
on smick.
yeah. But even if you ran that style and you pulled that bullshit and died, that's where the admins have that counter of why did you use fear factor. It's not more of a fact of that's what you have to be. That this is the strict line of what you have to do. But in a robbery situation, if, as he said, if everyone's got M4s pointed at you and you're a freshie with a pistol, you in a normal case wouldn't go, oh, that's it, I'm going to whip it out and have a crack, because you know you're dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's put yourself in the character's perspective.
Yeah, and that's what we go for. We go for a very realistic type vibe with our roleplay.
Yeah. Even if it
Everything
John
like that is what
Schmick
makes
turns
good
up.
RP series, you know?
Yeah, it's a very funny line when it comes to that sort of rundown of how it works and how it flows.
Yeah.
All right, so Discord bots. Discord bots can be, some game-changing stuff, especially with servers like RP having applications and stuff. And me myself, I've got quite a few bots in my Discord. What Discord bots do you use or recommend? And what do you use it for?
Alright, so to start off, we have the Appy bot application. Gives the staff team a chance to look at your application, either accept you, deny you, then accept, and you can state a reason why you're accepted, or why not, etc. Next spot, we use the laws DayZ bot. It's pretty good for logs, and just helps with tracking, bounties, all that good stuff. Then we use the Dino bot for managing and administrative work. We got the premium one, so we get more use out of it, and we use it for lore and administrative stuff and announcing stuff, giveaways, etc. Those are the three main ones we use, and also Ticket bot. That one's very helpful. Helps with tickets and so on. Gets transcripts and all that good stuff.
Good old ticket bots. They are quite good. If you've got any funny or dumb tickets, definitely chuck them in my Discord. We're going to do a segment about them soon.
Yeah.
So we've got these stupid ones that you've had rocked up. Why did the Rock
Maybe
PvP me?
Some from Howard Fish.
Oh god, actually, yeah, I'll have to scroll.
Howard the Fish. I want to hear them just because his name's Howard the Fish. Is that what you said his name was?
Nah,
Howard the Fish?
Howard Fish.
No. We have
it's
this guy
Howard.
called Howard, and
Oh,
yeah,
Howard.
he was a
Lots
bit
of
of a
issues.
Oh yeah,
troublemaker.
you're Fish. I got you. Sorry, I had that wrong.
All right, Howard, you'll be featured on our segment soon. We'll be checking out your tickets. But yeah, you got any tickets? Chuck them in. What about you, Warden? What bots do you use?
All I've got is stream code.
Stream.
Post, you can have up to 25. Unless you've got Pro, I think you can have up to 25 people. It automatically posts when they go live, so it posts when you go live. If Smiley ever goes live again, it'll post when she goes live.
Oh, you little.
A few of the others.
that dick.
So I have it as my main card of people that I play with that have helped me stream, and then I have the people involved with the Booty Talk podcast as well. And then the remaining spaces I use for people that are pushing for affiliate, that just need the viewers, need the follows, so it automatically things up when they go live, so they don't have to worry about putting it in my Discord. They just have to post it out in other Discords. So,
Yeah, nice. Good old stream.
Yeah, but you can only have 20
it's 25.
or
I said.
25.
Damn.
That's why I said 20.
So
I
then
can
you-
use for 25. I have
So then you have
8
to-
free spaces right now, and I swap and change them
Yeah.
all the time. So when they get
Ooh, you take
affiliate,
people out.
they get taken off that. Yeah.
Do they?
That's
Yeah.
it. So you're getting the arse smile
It's-
if you're not streaming.
Some of us do stuff when we're supposed to, not 3 months later.
Can I ask a question though? Do you demote people, if they, let's have a little, can I have a little dig here? Not dig, but I mean dig deeper.
Stir.
Dig deeper
Stir.
into your
It's
soul.
called stir. Can I have a
Listen.
shit stir?
No. Can we have a honesty moment? Have you, don't have to say names, have you ever demoted someone? Because, pissed you off. Taking
I
someone
mean,
out.
No one's pissed me off in my Discord as of yet. There's still time.
Yeah.
We're not going to say it's
Yeah.
never going to be a thing, but as I say, the people that are on there right now, other than those pushing for affiliate, are trusted people that I've known for well, a few months, but obviously yourself, Greedy, Trip, a few years now.
Yeah.
What about on the
We can't escape.
what about on the moderator side, admin side? Have you guys ever demoted somebody or kicked them out? Or I know you've had the coders that have the M4 laces.
I kicked an entire faction out. That was an admin faction
yeah.
on my server.
Yep, had to give them the say, excuse me, I have to leave.
Yeah. They were basically back when Cubers was here. There was a command where you could pop up a heat map. Now it was set in a channel that the heat map popped every hour, so keep moving unless you're building a base, obviously. And they were just pinging it every 5 minutes in a separate channel to find out where base locations were, people were, and hunting them down and killing them. So I had to remove their entire faction and kick them out off the server.
Oof.
Oh,
That
shit.
that was like a full 15-man faction. It essentially killed the server, but they were killing it anyway by not even letting people start building up or get together.
Just,
They ended up going up and making their own server.
So they somehow got a bot in to get a heat map.
No,
on someone else's server.
Jeebus kill feed. You used to be able to do a command where you could it pops up a heat map where the players were on the map. It was just like it wasn't a specific place, but it was just like a rough location of there's people here, and the bigger the dot, the more people there was at that dot. So they were using this command in the chat, in one of the chat things that we had, where it was only admins and owners that could see it, and they were pinging it every 5 minutes to hunt people down and go kill them. And then we were getting tickets of complaints of, I've just built a base in the middle of the woods in the middle of nowhere in Livonia, and I've already been raided. So then that causes the admin abuse claims, what you're going to do about it, stuff like that. It just causes more headaches. So I kicked a full 15-man faction out of my server. It ultimately killed my server, because they were a big chunk of the player base, but it was either that or just be known as being toxic server owner.
Yeah, right.
And what about Day Zero RP? Have you guys had to demote, remove, kick out? Any hard ones?
Yeah.
Opium.
No, not really. Main ones I'm thinking was like the coders when the server first started up.
Yep.
There was an admin that was also a coder that tried to nuke the server and like steal the Discord, so I kind of just like booted him out. He tried to start off a server, like copying the work and like poaching people, then later it died. And yeah, we've had a couple instances of that.
Opium was a good faction that happened.
What, they got
They
poached?
got banned
Like, you
before
mean,
they
like,
could play.
Yeah, they come in and
We wouldn't call it poached. We hope they got poached.
that's it.
Have you
Take them.
ever had an admin use a ticket? You know, obviously metagame, but use a ticket.
Yeah.
And pass that on.
Tackle punch. You wanna take the floor and tell the rest? You know who?
Oh? You're gonna have to refill me on this situation. I thought you made a
Starts
joke
with the
about
J.
me doing it.
Leaking tickets.
Oh my god.
Who do you leak tickets to? What was it about?
Like him in RP, you know?
His entire group, he was telling them info about
That
people.
lived at a
and
certain
things.
school in a certain town.
sounds
Yeah.
juicy. It sounds like some juicy gossip. Everyone, shh.
He knows.
I'm trying to figure it
don't-
out. I'm trying to figure out what like ticket it was on about. I know who you're on about, and I know like what region you're on about, but I don't know what was said in the ticket and what he leaked.
Yeah, tell us what was said in the ticket. Come on.
Something to gain. That's what. Well, I don't remember the full context. Basically, old staff member using what happened in tickets and like using it in game and using it to their advantage to win. And yeah.
Inside trading. Ooh, nasty.
That's
Basically, I think what he
our
does
game.
is some people would make a ticket against him, like to say something, and then what he'd do is he'd go out in game and he'd like instigate a fight with them. So he'd go out and be all rude to them and be mean. As soon as they threaten him, he'd get all 9 members of his faction on. They go up to him. They had a settlement at the time. They ran a settlement up in Berezina, up next to the school. And usually, like, everyone chill out in the school football field. They'd all chill out there. And obviously, you'd have all his members come up, guns drawn, and they'd be like, okay, we heard you said something about us, so come out to the field and we'll talk about it. And then obviously, all of them would come back without the guy. 2 minutes later, a ticket would be made to permakill him. And it was the same guy who made the complaint about him in the ticket. And then we were all sat there wondering why he would randomly just go out of his way to go kill them. But then obviously, looking back at all the tickets, this happened, I think, twice as well, where he used stuff in tickets to instigate a fight with them to then go and kill them in-game for no reason at all.
Power trip.
Overall,
Power trip, yep.
yeah. That describes that man in 2 words: power trip.
Oh.
He wasn't.
There's
he was
always
alright.
one.
There's always one.
He was a nice guy when he started out, but when you give power to the wrong person, it can fuck up a lot of things.
That's it. Great power to
it's
holds
hard
great
to get
responsibility.
that
I was waiting to get that Nachado access so I can nuke the entire server.
Reinstall it. Alright, we're going
And
to
that
go
tells you
on
to change the
to...
Shroud password.
Let's see, going to go playing and streaming DayZ. So what's the first thing a player should do when loading into a random server for the first time? What's your best advice?
I'll go. Check the Discord if
Yeah.
they have one. If it's like proper,
Yep.
then like probably see how their loot is and like how the map's set up and if they have any like point of interest and if there's like a gathering point like a settlement. Go check those out. Trade, you know. And like obviously get some food on the coast and honestly just run north till NWAF and get kitted.
Definitely. Anyone want
And
to...
waff.
That's it. Anyone want to add to
Yeah,
that?
I just thought that same thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
good.
way to
I've never
put
used
North
that.
Yeah, neither.
And waff.
I like it.
That's it. It's
I like that.
terminologies.
Oh, we're gonna steal that. We're gonna use that. A lot.
A lot. And WAF.
And waff.
Personally, I'd say what I do every time I join a server, no matter what server it is, I always go in and check the players to see if there's either someone I don't like in the server or someone my mates in the server.
Ooh.
I always do it, no
Good-
matter what server I join.
Good advice.
Sometimes it's just personal servers, but I still check the player list.
And on that, how
Do
do
you
you...
mean in the Discord or on? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you're...
do you mean like you like go through the Discord when you join and like and go, yeah, no, I'm out. That guy's dog shit. I don't want to play around him. Or do you mean
Well,
like
I'll go
actually
both
when you're
if
in the
I check-
server?
I'll go through both. If it's a big public server, then obviously if they're in, it's no big issue. But if it's like, especially RP servers, if I see people who I've in past had troubles with, or they don't like me, I don't like them, all that kind of thing, then I usually I won't leave the server, but I'll tend to stay away from it until either I see that they've changed or that they leave the server. Because personally, I just don't prefer to be around people that I dislike and try and pretend that I'm alright with them, which is something I can't do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why
100%.
are you here right now with me then?
But
I
the...
usually take it.
'Cause I'm getting
If
paid
I
to
look
do
and
this.
see someone on the list that I don't like, I'm like, right, I'm gonna go kill the guy. I'm gonna go kill that guy.
Yeah, murder him.
Yeah, I've got a rough idea where they like to hang around, like where they base, stuff like that. 'Cause if they base in like the same location every server they've ever placed. You know,
I prefer to kill them with kindness.
and then I'll
It's more
Last
awkward
time
that
I checked
way.
the playlist to kill a man, it was in Polana. And I was actually part of the red
Oh.
Oh, good times.
Good times. The way I actually added that in with checking the server lists, if you go in and mute the person, especially if you know that if you come up against the gamer tag before, no matter what server you're in, they'll actually come up, even if they change their gamer tag name, it'll still come up as muted, so that you can never lose track of that particular player on that GT, no matter if they change it or not. So, definitely top advice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
So even if they go and change their name, and you've got to pull out your black book and go through your 500 pages of people I don't like, it'll just pop up automatically. Everyone's got that black book, don't they? I'm sure. No, only me.
I don't think I really dislike anyone, actually. I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think who's... I actually don't have anyone on my shit list at the moment.
No.
Yeah,
See,
I need
I've
someone.
only ever come across
Oh,
one
you-
person.
not even Undead. Is he off it now?
Yeah, that's a
He's
love
easy
hate.
off it.
That's a love hate.
Yeah, that's a love-hate. Like you and me, it's the same thing. It's not it.
Oh, that's a hate. Well,
Oh! Nice.
Alright, so events can be hard to get going. Any tips on a successful event? I suppose in RP servers you do quite a few events.
Yeah.
Who
You
get...
want to announce it like a couple days prior
Yep.
and like explain it well and make sure if anyone has any questions to answer them and like go through with it, you know?
Yep. So communication,
any
plenty of
changes that come.
information.
Yeah.
keep it simple as well. I'd
And
think.
also shout out to Coding, our coder. Not Coding, sorry.
Not
coder,
Cody.
Jesse.
Oh my god.
Not Cody, not Cody. Our coder Jesse, he's been doing really well for like the past 2 weeks coding our new season. Pretty chill.
Yeah, nice. No, good shout out. Definitely
Yeah,
give
we've run.
me a
Oh,
shout
sorry,
out.
go ahead.
No, you're right.
I was gonna say we've run 2 events in the last 2 days on our server. So we had one. Well, for me it would have been a few hours ago. It was a few hours ago, yeah. But we had another one on Friday, which was a player ran, settlement ran event, and obviously with a few bugs of Nitrado server messing up, it still went pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Settlements
it's always
in
about
Metro.
advertising.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always about advertising, getting things out early, getting info out early, and talking to people about it. You know, making sure everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, nice.
Did anyone see the Unwritten RP event they did, the football event? I saw some of Salem's TikToks. Like, the shit looks fucking crazy.
They played
They
football.
had a football match with for the pumpkin head. It just looks like fucking chaos.
Yeah,
They've got 2 teams, and it was melee weapons, and then it went to fucking shotguns with
Sounds
rubber
interesting.
slugs. Organising that, there's about maybe 30, 40 people there. It was pretty much the entire server was there. There was just bodies everywhere. The amount of organisation to get that set up must have been ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%. That's crazy, a football
Keeping
game.
it flowing as well, yeah.
Yeah, keeping it on track, being able to rope everybody in. I
I was
think,
gonna say with that amount of people, you know,
yeah,
it's hard to control.
that'll be hectic. So,
I mean, Greedy can control was 6, so...
well, I didn't have a gun on me to be able to shoot, and you know the co-host was
And game
straying
chat
you
wasn't
away.
working.
Game chat wasn't working. The co-host was straying you away. She gets a little involved sometimes.
Yeah, Q. Stop
Yeah,
getting involved.
Q. Fuck me,
Hey,
dead.
I don't know what you're talking
That's
about. I
epic,
did
Q.
nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Shoot your guess
Um,
before the end of the show.
DayZ can be a game of interactions. A lot of people get on DayZ to meet people find friends. What's your best
Get
advice for hopefully get laid? Get a little rubbing on the ground going, a little prone rubbing. What's your best advice for meeting people to run with in game? And what are the signs that you might be a loot mule?
Yeah. We had one of them last night.
God, it depends what kind of server you're on, really. Obviously, if you're in an RP server, there's probably plenty of in-character channels you can send messages out on, try and meet with people. Like, we've got a few of them in ours. We've got in-character radio or PDA. We've also got a find a friend channel where you can talk out of character with someone and basically get to know someone and run with them in game. So it's always a cool way of getting to know people. But yeah, if you're in any server really, you can probably use Discord channels to talk to people or send Xbox messages. Plenty of options.
No, definitely.
Hookup channel.
Yeah, hookup channel. Yeah.
Is it hookup?
Yeah, depends what you mean by hookup, but
Well, it's Smiley, so probably literally.
But no, it's definitely a way.
Fill up that album somehow.
The queen of meeting strangers. What's your advice for how do you just kick it into gear and can hook in a friend?
Apart from flashing the tits, no, I would say that
That's my trick.
Like I've always said. Oh yeah, not my tits. It's Rudy's tits. He's my big man.
That's it.
my DMs are always open.
That's it.
Yeah, like, yeah, no, just risk it for a biscuit. Like I've always said, don't value your life. See, that's the problem. Too many people, like you guys were saying before, spawn in, gear up, go to, what's it? Nawaf. Nawafi?
And WAF. And WAF.
And WAF.
And WAF.
So put the correct pronunciation with the correct syllable. But anyway, so I would say that, just don't do that. Just don't get gear. Just keep it. Me being full geared is like I've got a shirt on my, I've got a puffer jacket and a shotgun and a can of tuna. Done. Geared. I'm ready to go.
Literally
Don't need to do anything else. Waste of time looting. What's the point? So, and then you just, you got that freedom to just run up to anyone and say, hey, how you doing, man? I must say, it's a good percentage that most of people actually want people to talk to them. They want to engage. So, I don't know, I reckon probably 60% of the ones, I reckon that's a pretty good percentage that I don't die. 40% I die, but you know what? Just respawn and try again.
Go back and harass them.
Yeah, risk it. Yep.
Pester them to be friends.
Don't be afraid to say. Don't be afraid to say, hey, listen, shoot me a GT. Put it out there. Ask for their number. That's basically ask for someone's number, by the way.
That's it. Ask for GT. That's it. Getting their DMs, their fat DMs.
Sure, so I can block
DMs,
it.
and then you get in their DMs, and you get into their DMs, and then you can fucking
So that's
stalk
why
them.
Jabby calls me.
And you get all up in their shit.
That's it.
That's how you make a friend.
Try to
Find out all the
expose
shit
you.
about him. Yeah.
Oh mate.
Then you'd extort those toe picks out of them, wouldn't you?
That's it.
Yep.
God.
That's next stage.
That's it. Bathwater for toe
That's your-
picks.
So
That's what
it's
it
be a little test subject.
That's it.
Careful, it might be period water.
That's it. Yum. Full of iron.
Oh mate.
My PO box is open. I'm running down there now.
Shut up.
Hey, psst, you over there. Shoot me a GT.
That's it, JD. What's your GT?
This,
I'm Smiley.
I'm Chubby Fish.
Jabby fish with fucking biggest
Maybe
D-Day.
fishy.
The biggest deal.
Here we go. We got our first live hookup. Our first live hookup here on the podcast. Only reason Smiley rocks up. Says you can bag a guest or two.
Yeah. Right. Hang on. Shh. I'm adding someone.
Any
a pretty big bag for me.
Any advice on how to not be a loot mule? If you don't know what a
Don't
loot,
carry a backpack.
that's it. Well, 9 times out of 10, a loot mule is someone who gets dragged along for the trip to gather and loot, and then gets shot at the end. I think my
Make
best
sure you're
advice.
well armed.
Yeah, but I think also my best advice is if strangers are overly nice to you, they're feeding you, they're giving you water, they're making sure you're sorted. They're not giving you anything too special, but they're giving you enough to keep you alive. Yeah, and just watch your back. Watch your back. And Warden's rule is rule number 1, Warden.
Don't trust no one.
That's exactly right. So,
I mean, I slipped up on that rule when I was on with Radiant, one of the OG homies, someone I've known for years, and
Yep.
he still shot me in
he
the back.
still shot you in the back. Yep. And that was beautiful. Love your work, Radiant. Radiant Camps. Big love to you. Flexing on his PC. All right, we're going to go to our final question. So, the fresh question is, are Freshy's new friends or enemies? And do you kill them or do you rob them? That's it. Hey! Hey! It's after!
Carry on.
Carry
I
on.
love how they went straight for Q.
And always. He's going to come back with a rocket launcher now. We're all dead.
Let's go after the nice
Oh,
ones.
mate.
We're all dead. Anyone want to jump in before we all die with a grenade launcher? Do you approach Freshies or you just murder them straight up? I suppose in an RP world it's a bit different.
On RP world, it'll be a bit different, but on a general server, kill anything that moves.
Yeah, fair enough. That's the way to go. All right, well, that's our podcast done and dusted. You've got to leave the host until he at least finishes his... Fuck, he's... I'll just go stand in the corner. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our podcast done and dusted. I'd like to thank our guests for coming out. We had Fish, Cargo, and Pack-a-Punch from DayZ RP. We had Warden, who's a Twitch streamer, and will be releasing his new streamer podcast tonight.
George, have you fist fight?
In
Oh,
about
motherfucker stole my shotty. That's
6.5 hours. The Booty Talk. So definitely get across and follow him there. If you'd like to join us and come and try out this
Mate.
crazy car track or get involved, today's password is in the chat at the moment. And if you look up this server,
5 shots in a
you
drink.
will find the TPP podcast server. I'd like to thank
on.
everybody in the chat for coming along. Big announcement, we just hit 1,800 followers. So we are 700 away for doing our big 48-hour stream, which is going to be absolutely hectic. I'd like to thank the guys from DayZ RP, Mr. Warden, Smiley's Got a Gun, and ADKQ. Also a big shout out and a thank you to everyone in the chat for coming along. Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the TPP The Peasant Podcast all done and dusted for this week. As I said, you can come in anytime.
About the fisticuffs.
We're going to open the server up and you can come and try your luck at the greedy driving course. If you make it, let me know. Apart from that, we are absolutely done and dusted. Thank you very much, chat.
Yeah, I'm friendly